And I want to say to you that as I speak about a sermon that we're speaking about harvesting. So a lot of you like harvesting. What is that? What about harvesting? You thought your thoughts harvest what you want. And so to start out, I picked the sweet potato, harvesting of the sweet potato when it starts, so that you can understand. The sweet potato in 23 was harvested around the 10th of the last 10th month, the last days of 23. Sweet potato was harvested. So that means harvest means counting. So that means the people are getting the sweet potatoes off the ground, harvesting them and taking them to where they take them to sell them or eat them. Now, harvesting. Are you selling something? You're eating something? What are you harvesting? We as spiritualists think of harvesting as harvesting our ideas, things that we like, our thoughts. And Count Your Blessings is a great song to go into harvesting with. It's your thoughts about what you want in life. Harvesting. You setting aside and thinking about the things that you desire in life. Not putting a cap on them, not saying it must be 10 or 20, because when they harvest the sweet potatoes, they don't say, I want 10 here, 10, it's gotta be 10. They harvest a whole field. And when they go back, they look to just have lots of them counting, they count a lot. So in your harvesting, you are not looking for just 10 sweet potatoes. But that's of 10 of your ideas, or 10 thoughts of things you want. You're looking for the universe to help you with all your thoughts. And maybe all your thoughts don't happen, but the universe help you in terms of how you put in your work on what you're doing. What is your work? Like, one harvest may be a job, another harvest may be a home, another harvest may be a cabinet of food, but you would harvest according to what you want, according to what your heart says. Now you might look up and say, I got all these cans and this meat in the refrigerator and all these cans, I have all this meat food, but I asked for money. But did you ask for food, that money, that you could have a field cabinet, a field refrigerator? Where did you put all the energy into when you was harvesting, when you was noting what you wanted? Where did you put the energy? Where did you put the energy? What are you putting your energy today in terms of harvesting? I always like this sermon because I think about harvesting. I think it helps me to think about that. I look in that cabinet and I see on this shelf, there's maybe things I need money for on one shelf, and then on another shelf, I have something else on another shelf, and I harvest that. And to give you a good idea, I have harvested, I had wanted to go to Paris, France, before I leave this earth plane. And so this person was supposed to help me get my party together, another party together. And so they are inundated with things, with sickness. So they said, Marrice, are you serious about you want to go to Paris? I said, yes, I'm serious about going to Paris. They said, for your birthday, I'm taking you to Paris. And so I had harvested because I had asked for that. I had said, one way or another, I'm going to Paris. And so when you look for something, you harvest it and you put it in there, and you don't allow people to, take it away from you. Like people used to say, they say to me, can you walk in Paris? There's a lot of walking. You can't hardly walk. I can walk if I'm going to Paris. So people say it's where it's where you put your energy and where you put your thoughts. So I said I wouldn't allow people to take my desires and the things that I want and to help me to, when they try to help you think about it and they put the negative on it. Don't allow people to put negativity around your desires on this earth plane. So the things that you want, Spirit will guide you and it will help you develop that in terms of your work that you put in. Now, Spirit is not going to do all the work for you, I'm telling you that. They're not going to do all the work for you. It's your work and it's their assistance. You understand? Your work and their assistance to you. So when you keep saying, because the Marrice Spirit is not helping you, you know, Spirit is, this is not helping for me. And then you think about, and you like, Spirit's not doing anything. I'm thinking, whose work is it? Is it your work or Spirit's work? I'm not. It's your work. That is what you're supposed to do for yourself, and Spirit will help. It's like somebody, you're on a relay, and all of a sudden, you're almost to the finish line, and some you get a zoom with that energy, and all of a sudden you're going over the finish line. You're like, where did it come from? Where did that energy come from? That was Spirit that whoops over that energy. So you have that energy, and you can do what you necessarily want to do. So you are harvested. It's time to harvest. Whatever you want to do, if you find people that they're harvesting food, they're harvesting all kinds of things now. So it's up to you to harvest. I want you to go home and look up something you're thinking about, like cotton or anything. Look up and see what is harvest. I want you to just keep that in your mind, the harvesting in your mind. And see how the harvest takes place. And then see what you're looking for in your life. And then I want you to see how you can harvest what you're trying to do. Harvest one thing at a time. Harvest what, the people who farm, they harvest everything because they understand how to harvest. So they harvest, they have a cotton field, they have a sweet potato patch, they have all these corn patch because they are astute into harvesting. They know how to harvest. But us who don't really understand how to harvest, we may not know how to harvest all these things. So we may need to harvest one at a time. Start and harvest one at a time. So if you know how to harvest it all at one time. But sometimes it's so hard for us to think of a lot of things at one time that we get mixed up and we get confused. And we like, did I say I want this? I don't know if I want this, I want that. But sit down and think about what the harvesting is, because your thoughts are your things. What you think, so shall it be. So it is. If you're harvesting, these are your thoughts and your things. You're thinking about what you want, what spirits give you harvesting. So you have to think about that and think about the relationship that harvesting has to what you want on this earth plane. With things that you have not gotten on this earth plane. Think about that. Why haven't I achieved some things on this earth plane? Was it not for me? It was not the time, or I didn't harvest it properly. Some things it's not the time. Some things it's not what you should be about. When there's certain things we should be about. It's knowing who we are, knowing what our struggle is, and knowing what this God's energy inside of us, and put inside of us that we're supposed to be doing. Knowing all those things and being quite astute into all those things. So I tell you this morning, all of you out there got a field. You're getting ready to harvest. So I want you to be able to come back to this church and testify on what you have harvested. I want you to be able to say, I have the greatest field there is. I have harvested this. I have put the energy in there. And so harvesting is also thinking about what you wanted and giving it that energy over and over. And every day thinking about it. An hour you're thinking about it. Not negatively, but just saying you're thankful for it. I'm thankful for all those sweet potatoes. I'm thankful for all those sweet potatoes. Every hour, I'm thankful for those sweet potatoes. Be thankful for the things that the Spirit brings in, that you know the Spirit's going to bring in. The gifts of the Spirit, the gifts the Spirit's going to bring to you. So I leave you this morning with all of you who have your own field. The universe is your field. You can do with it what you want to do. You can harvest what you want to harvest. You can also have a field, and the field of what you want can just die from because you're not doing the work you need to do, and it doesn't materialize. That's what they call it, die. It doesn't materialize. So this morning, I leave with you. Materialize your dreams. Materialize your needs. And be proactive in what you want to get. And remember that you're never alone. The Spirit is always with you. They guide you. But they're not going to do your work. They're going to help you. They'll take you over the finish line if you need to. But they're not going to be there doing your work while you sit around and just cry about it. They're not going to do that. Bless you.